Howdy folks, Nathan coming at you from windy Colorado. It's extraordinary. Hey, you know what else is kind of extraordinary? This 2023 Honda CR-V Hybrid. Now this is the sport version, and of course it's the touring, because God forbid they not put a ton of different words at the end of it to make it even more confusing. Most importantly, it is the all-new version of the CR-V, which you can tell by the design, because it is chiseled and more masculine. And in many ways, it is way better than the former CR-V Hybrid. However, there is one issue that it has that kind of stands out. Under this rather shapely looking hood is a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine that is combined with 2 electric motors, giving you 204 horsepower and 247 pound-feet of torque. Once again, that's combined. And it's hooked up to a CVT, a continuously variable transmission. Now, what's unusual about the Honda CR-V Hybrid is the fact that it's not using an electric motor to power the rear wheels. It's actually got, you're gonna love this, a drive shaft that goes all the way back to an actual mechanical rear end powering the rear wheels. Now, the big difference here from the new model is the fact that you're getting snow mode and hill descent control standard. When you're driving this vehicle, you now get a 50-50 split power when needed, and that system gives it a better overall driving feel. You can tell just driving down the street that it has a little bit more pizzazz when it comes to getting out of a corner or perhaps off the line, at least a little bit, but it's no hot rod. Warmth and quiet. It's actually a lot quieter than the previous CR-V that always felt like it was a little tinny, you know what I mean? This is an entirely different interior, which, at least currently with these ridiculous winds outside, is fairly quiet. There's a lot of updates here. Now, first of all, you can get a standard 7-inch screen. This one has the 9-inch screen. I'm going to show you that. And yeah, there are a lot of other automakers that offer a bigger screen. I get that. But I give it up to Honda. They've done so much to make people like me, old curmudgeons, happy. Did you see what I just did there? I just lowered the volume by twisting a knob. I know that sounds ridiculous, but there's so many automakers out there that won't let you touch buttons or even twist knobs. They put all their buttons on a screen, or they'll put it on a panel or something like that. In this case, there are actual physical buttons, in this case a toggle here, and a rotating knob, and then the heating air conditioning system that's down here. Ooh, can you hear that? I'm gonna get my speaker closer. Whoa. I love it. That is really important to me. Being able to actually feel, as you're driving, the tactile sensation of a knob, in this case, clicking, is really important. You don't have to look at it knowing that you're doing it, that you're making it happen. Some of the other knobs and buttons, fake buttons that are out there, haptic and non-haptic alike, many of them don't really reward you with a feel. So you don't necessarily know that you've hit home or you've activated something or actuated something. So I like that. This overall setup is great, but can I show you something really important here? Look at this. That's a gear lever, my friends. That is not buttons. Honda, on many of their vehicles, Acura as well, they have buttons. I don't like buttons. I like a gear lever, and this is a proper gear lever, so thank you. You know what else you get? Driver mode. That's right there, along with, as I mentioned before, standard hill descent control. Now, there's something else that's actually not standard on the hybrid. This is kind of unique to Honda. You can get this vehicle with front-wheel drive, hybrid, or all-wheel drive, like this one is. So that's good. For instance, if you had a Ford Escape hybrid, a plug-in, you only get it with front-wheel drive. The thing is, though, Honda doesn't build plug-in hybrids. So there's that give and take. It's kind of a bummer. But let me show you something else. I wanted to show you the front IP here, which I think is actually a really nice setup. I love the needle sweep, even though it's totally unnecessary. This overall setup here, the quality of the materials here, the actual design of the dashboard, the location of the screen, everything has been thought out very well. I would say that this is either class leading or nearly the top of the class when it comes to interior designs, and that includes the seats. Let it be known that driving a modern Honda CR-V is one of the better experiences out there when it comes to ride quality, quiet, and overall control. I'm not saying it's a sports car, it's not. As a matter of fact, I would say that the Kia Hyundai mix that's out there feel a little bit more sporty. I think that Toyota might be a little bit more grounded for those people who are looking for a little bit better MPG and a little bit more overall economical feel. This is sort of a combination of everything. And considering this is the absolute top of the line, it certainly drives like a more expensive vehicle. Love this interior. But I wanted to bring this to where there's an issue. And that issue is coming up in about, 20 seconds or so. Now it is windy outside, and I do have cameraman, videographer extraordinaire case in the vehicle. So, wanted you guys to know that. But this is what I'm gonna do. Now I'm gonna put this into sport mode, okay? And essentially I'm just gonna accelerate. There's Solo DL over there. Here we go. A lot of noise. Lot of noise, which is on purpose. Okay. Just under 9 seconds. It's not horrible, but it's definitely not great. And did you hear that noise? That's actually augmented. So if you shut off sport mode, you are no longer having to worry about that noise. But I guess that makes it feel sportier. It doesn't sound great to me. It kind of sounds like an unhappy Cuisinart. Okay, guys, this is really important. See how it goes B? Really what it is one pedal driving almost. Between the B mode and having that, and then putting it into, see down here, the drive modes. I'm in Econ. If you combine the B, my point, and the Econ mode, you will get maximum economy with this vehicle, which is 37 mpg combined. Not class leading. Down here, if there were a tow hitch, it could tow up to 1,000 pounds. That's something new. Wasn't able to do that before. And I know 1,000 pounds doesn't sound like a lot, but it's better than nothing. You know what else is better than nothing? The amount of space you get in here. Ooh, it's nice, it's not as windy. So back here, you get just over 36 cubic feet of space. That's pretty good, but it's not class leading. Fortunately for Honda, if you fold these seats down, you get 76.5 cubic feet of cargo space, which is some of the best in the class. Now, all of this extra space, because there's a lot more than the previous model, well, there's a little bit of a sacrifice, and that is it weighs more. It weighs about 170 pounds more than the previous model, and that brings something to mind: power to weight ratio. Because you have a vehicle like this that weighs a lot more than the vehicle it replaces, even though technically speaking the horsepower ratings and everything else are a little bit juiced, it means that it might not be as fast. See that, folks? Grand total here, MSRP, $39,845. Now, what it's not telling you is the fact that you're getting a vehicle that is a far higher quality piece than the vehicle it replaces. The biggest issue, I think, is the fact that it really doesn't have the power to back up its aggressive looks, but it's still giving you all the power you really need for day-to-day driving and then some. It's just not really fun, which I really wish it were, because it's got all the other ingredients that are just, I think, pretty damn outstanding. There it is.